Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen. Sayyidina wa nabiyyina wa MOULANA Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My beloved elders, brothers and sisters in Islam. One of the signs of Qiyamah is إعجاب كل ذي رأي برأيه. That everyone that has a view will be impressed only by their view. Allah says in the Quran also, كل حزب بما لديهم فرحون. Every party and group are pleased only with what they have, and they don't consider the views of others. So signs of Qiyamah are not always bad. Some of the signs of Qiyamah are actually good. Like the coming of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is a sign of Qiyamah, because he is the last Nabi. After him there is Qiyamah. And obviously the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and what he brought in the Quran was the best that had ever come to the world. So something being a sign of Qiyamah doesn't mean that it is necessarily bad. It is however true that most of the signs of Qiyamah are bad, and that this one that I just mentioned, an age where people will be impressed only by their own views, this is certainly a bad thing. So we live in an age where everyone has an opinion, and they have an opinion regarding everything. They have an opinion regarding matters that are not theirs to interfere in. It is the private matters of another human, and they shouldn't be interfering in that. But still they have opinions, and they want their opinions to be heard. In fact, they expect that person in his private matter to act upon their opinion. Not only this, people have opinions about fields that they possess no expertise in. And worse than that, it is the one I want to focus on today, is that people have an opinion when the law of Allah is clear. It is clear to a definitive degree. So there shouldn't be any other view if you really are a Muslim. But let's have a look at all three. But the focus is on the third. Number one, I said people have an opinion about others' private lives, their private matters. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. But you want to, as the South Africans have told they were that bitter. See what is but they were that bitter. So what does the Prophet Allah say? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, in husni Islam al-mar'i tarku ma la ya'nihi. Of the goodness of a person's faith is that he avoids things that do not concern. As a dear in Sagatasi, that blood entered. As that man's a private believer, but it says, as long as he's not disobeying Allah, he gets to decide how he does things in his eyes. So keep your nose out of his business and keep your opinions to yourself. In husn Islam al-mar'i tarku ma la ya'nihi. Of the goodness of a person's faith is that he avoids things that do not concern. One day some of the wives of the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to him and praised the woman, saying that she's extremely pious. She's fasting every day, and she's making tahajjud every night. But the Prophet informed them that she's a woman that is given to harming her neighbors, because he engages in ghibah. She speaks even behind their back. And so the Prophet Allah said, فَهِيَ فِي النَّارِ. She's in hellfire. She's in hellfire, but she's a person that fasts every day. She's a person that makes tahajjud every night. What definition of piety doesn't say that she's pious? Every definition I know. But what's the problem? She's got her nose in other people's business. You understand? Then she tells stories. She's spreading the news all over the town. Regarding who? Regarding what? Regarding the neighbors and the private happenings of the house. That is not for us to interfere in. And yes, the law of Allah has been broken. If you're going to make da'wah, you understand, you're going to admonish them with Allah's law, not with your opinion. You understand? But stay out of other people's business. That is next to you to do. Why do you always want to know what did Auntie so-and-so do and what did Uncle so-and-so do? I said, your business. If it's not your business, stay out of it. This is the first one. So I said, we live in an age of opinion. Everyone has an opinion and they have an opinion regarding everything. So, keep out of other people's business, keep your opinion to yourself. Second thing, if you are not an expert in the field, you are not suitably qualified, then don't offer an opinion. Because honestly, your opinion means nothing. And I'll use a simple example. If you need brain surgery, well, you and a friend of yours go and buy a book on brain surgery. And then the two of you will revise the book on your own. And then one afternoon, maybe on a Sunday afternoon, in your backyard, in your garage, your friend will perform brain surgery on you. It's a drill machine, in a saag, and it's just that. And then he will say, but I've researched this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. The professors in brain surgery, they don't know what they're doing. I know. You see him. Those are people that have dedicated their lives to the study of that particular science, and they are the experts. So what does Allah tell us in the Quran? Allah says, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ ذِكْرٍ كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of knowledge if you don't know. Now yes, the ayah was referring to the priests amongst the Christians and the rabbis amongst the Jews. Ask them that in the Bible and in the Torah, there's mention of Muhammad. And if you don't know, you ask them. And if they are truthful, they will confess. However, the verse is general. And the ulama tell us, such as the ulama of usul al-fiqh, Islamic legal theory, al-ibratu bi umum al-lafz, la bi khusus al-sabab. Whenever Allah speaks in the Quran, then whatever is meant or said in a general fashion must be taken in a general fashion, even if it is said regarding something specific. You understand? So, a woman tries to lift up a heavy object, she can't lift it. Then a man comes and he lifts it up, and then I say, men are stronger than women. Now, although I said it about this particular instance, where a woman couldn't lift up a heavy object, but then a man could. Is it limited to that, or is it general? And so the answer is that it is general. So the ulama tell us, al-ibratu bi'umum al-lafz, la bi khusus al-sabab. Whenever Allah says anything in the Quran, or the Prophet Allah says anything in the Hadith, if it's a general statement, it must be understood in a general fashion. And it cannot be limited, not even to the thing that the Prophet was speaking about, not even to the thing that Allah was speaking about. Allah decided to use general terms, so it must apply in a general fashion. So back to the ayah. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ ذِكْرٍ كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ask the people of knowledge if you don't know. So, these purposes van vandaag, wat sê hulle? Maar ek ken. Allah het gesê, ek moet vra as ek ken nie. Allah sê, I must ask if I don't know, but I know. So let me ask you a question. How do you know that you know? How do you know that you know? Especially because the ulama tell us that the jahil and ignoramus is of two kinds. There's a jahil basit, and there's a jahil murakkab. There's a simple ignoramus and there's a compound ignoramus. The simple ignoramus must actually be commended because it's half an eye. So what do the ulama say? What is a jahil basit? The simple ignoramus is a person who doesn't know, but he knows that he doesn't know. Is actually, you understand? Because that is actually the beginning of becoming an alim. To not know and know that you don't know will cause you to go seek knowledge, and then you will become an alim. So that person is known as Jahil Basit. You understand? He's ignorant of some things, meaning he doesn't know some things, but at least he knows that he doesn't know. What's a jahil murakkab? A compound ignoramus is a person who doesn't know, and he doesn't know that he doesn't know. يجهل ويجهل أنه يجهل. He doesn't know, and he doesn't know that he doesn't know. In fact, in most gatherings you will meet this person regularly. The guy speaking language, and they will come on straight. Is that guy? Is that guy? Because scholars in general are people of humanity. You understand? And they don't want to take over gatherings and make the big noise. The big noise is normally made by the ignorant person. Like when I was young, our teachers used to tell us, even non-Muslim teachers in Afrikaans, dat is die leeuwblik wat die beeste laat hou. So you take a tin, maybe you read coffee tin, after you drink all the coffee, and you fill it with sand. Then you take another coffee tin, you put nothing in, and you roll both down the hill. Which one will go silently down the hill, and which one will make a big noise? And the answer is the tin that there's nothing in is the one that will make a big noise. So it is the way of the Muslimin that we turn to the experts in the field. If a man is a medical doctor, then that is his speciality. Ulama mustn't act like the doctors, and doctors mustn't act like the ulama. When a man is a plumber, that is his speciality. If you're going to fix your plumbing stuff on your own, there's things you don't know. One morning you're going to wake up and the whole house is going to be flooded. Why is that? Because you're not a plumber. There's a triachi. It's a triachi. There's a mechanic and there's a mechanic. If you're taking your car to a mechanic, if you take your time, you press the brakes, no brakes, moving off the mountain, then you must say shukran. Because you made a bad decision, and bad decisions lead to bad consequences. You understand this is the way of the world. I mentioned this in previous Jumuahs, over and over. All of life is just decisions and consequences. You live in a world of cause and effect. If you make a good decision, Allah gives you the tawfiq and hidayah to make a good decision, then you will enjoy good consequence by the grace of Allah. In this world and in the next. The good consequence in the next is Jannah. And if you make a bad decision, you will suffer a negative consequence in this world, and a negative consequence in the next, and the negative consequence of the next world is Jahannam. It's Jahannam. So we need to be careful with our choices, and we need to study the consequences. You can only know whether the thing is good or bad by studying the consequences and by listening to what other people say. Either way, I mentioned three. The two I'm mentioning, giving a bit of detail, but it's the third one I want to focus on. Let's say again, we live in an age where everyone has an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. But in three places, this is especially problematic. Place number one, you have an opinion of things that is not your business. What did the Lord say? But the goodness of a person's faith is that he avoids things that doesn't concern. Second issue, you have an opinion about a thing where there are professionals and specialists in this field, and you are nobody. You don't have the required education. You do not know how to do proper research in this field, yet you have an opinion. So the Prophet of Allah taught us that al-mu'minun, the believers kal-bunyan, are like one building. يَشُدُّ بَعْضُ بَعْضًا. And some parts of the building keeps up other parts of the building. And one of the meanings of this hadith is that not everybody is a plumber, not everybody is a bricklayer, not everybody is a carpenter, not everybody is a doctor. So whatever field you specialize in, this is where you will help the Muslim. You're a carpenter, you will do woodwork for the Muslim Ummah. You will assist them. You are the man of strength in that field, and they are weak. Then tomorrow, you have need of plumbing, so you're an expert, you're a mujtahid in carpentry, but you're a lay person in plumbing. So now you must go call the mujtahid of plumbing. You understand? He must assist you. Tomorrow you have an electrical problem, you call the good side of electrical work. Same thing, medical issue, listen to the doctors. Stop this thing of self-medication. You are killing yourself. You know how many Muslims are killing themselves because you're not listening to the doctors. The doctors are telling you, use this medicine, use it like that. You say, no, I don't want to use it. Sometimes you got mental issues, the doctor, the psychiatrist is giving you something to stabilize the system so that you can return to being a useful member in society. But then what do you say? Because you Malik. What can I call for? Nobody said you man. But you need the tablets. Listen to the experts, stop doing that. You're not taking your diabetes pills. You're going to go blind. They're going to cut your foot off. Listen to the doctors. You're not taking your high blood pressure tablets. You're going to get a heart attack in the middle of nowhere. Listen to the doctors. And the same thing comes with regards to deen. This brings me to the third point. If Allah has spoken and the matter is clear, so ulama differ in things where there is a certain lack of clarity. You understand? Like, is this hadith authentic or not authentic? So some ulama, based upon their studies, conclude it's authentic. Then some others conclude it is not authentic. And each will act in accordance with their findings. What did the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mean when he said that? So some ulama came to this conclusion, and some ulama came to that conclusion. For example, it is written in the Quran that if there is a divorce, that a woman must sit for iddah ثلاثة قروء, 3 periods of time. What is the meaning of this word quru? The singular of it is quru. So Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, in his research, came to the conclusion that quru means menstrual period. So when a woman suffers a talaq, then she must wait 3 menstrual periods. When it ends, the marriage is ended, then she can go ahead and marry somebody else. Imam Shafi rahimahullah, in his study of the word quru, the singular of it is quru, came to the conclusion it means 3 periods. Now honestly, it can't be both. It can't be menses and not menses. So only technically one of them is right. But it isn't possible for us to know in a decisive fashion who is right. So that is the area of ijtihad. With great scholars like Imam Shafi rahimahullah, Abu Hanifa rahimahullah, Imam Malik rahimahullah, Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, they will sometimes differ. But we do not consider any of them to be sinners. What's the law? I mentioned this in the previous Jumuah. If I'm a Shafi and you're a Hanafi, how we approach it is, I'm probably right, you are probably wrong, with the possibility that I am wrong and you are right. Either way, doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. The Prophet mentions in Hadith, if you make ijtihad, and this is if you have capacity to make ijtihad. If you make ijtihad and you reach a conclusion, if you are right, Allah will give you 2 units. And if you are wrong, Allah will give you 1 unit. No sin! No sin! Even if the person turns out to be wrong on the day of Qiyamah, no sin! Because they did their utmost best to know what is Allah's law. But you must understand, ijtihad is a da'irah. It is an area of operation. You understand? You can't have a good side saying there is no Allah. If somebody says there is no Allah, you need to know you're not Muslim. You can't say I'm a good side, I'm entitled to my view on the research. There are things in Islam that are definitive. If you go the opposite way, you're not Muslim. You understand? You can't say God became a man. You can't say that. That is the Christian view. And that is taking them out of the fold of Islam. Nabi Isa alayhi salam is a Muslim. His disciples were Muslimin, but they corrupted that religion. They made him a God. It sounds nice. They made up songs, it sounds nice. One thing God, it sounds nice. But things mustn't sound nice. Things must be nice. Must be right. Doesn't sound right. Must be right. There's a difference between what is factual and what sounds factual but is false. There's a difference. Either way, yes, still people have opinions And these are opinions that are taking you out of the fold of Islam. So to just give an example of a hot topic that is under debate these days. Right? First one, how many genders? How many genders exist? And can you pick your gender? So we live in an age where people are saying, I'm not binary. I'm not binary. So what do they mean by they're not binary? I don't believe in the concept of male and female. You understand? I believe there can be a third gender and a fourth gender, don't matter. So the whole alphabet is going into this, right? First it was LGBTQ, now it's LGBTQIA+, some other categories nog gebeur. We're waiting for it to continue. You understand? But what does Allah say? Surah Al-Qiyamah, look at that. Allah says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فجعلنا منه الزوجين الذكر والأنثى. Surah Qiyamah, Allah says, we created man from a nutfah, a drop of sperm. Then we made the sperm an alaqa, something that was clinging to the womb of the mother. And then from that, we made the two genders, man and woman. So you need to understand it if you are Muslim. If you are a person that submits to Allah, then you have to be binary. You have to believe that there's a man and a woman, and beyond that there's nothing else. Now, Jurists historically speak of a thing known as a khuntha. And I'd rather say that more correct. A person known as a khuntha. You understand? Where the person, for some reason or the other, had both the male genital and also the female genital. So I need you to understand that in the womb of your mother, we all had male genitals and female genitals. All of us. You understand? So that should not surprise you. But what happens at a certain time in development in the womb? Allah pushes testosterone into the male. And Allah pushes estrogen into the female. When testosterone enters the male, his vagina fuses together and it forms scar tissue. If you were to feel in the middle of your testicles, you will feel scar tissue. That scar tissue is your ex-vagina. And then your testicles, your egg producing things, it exited your body and was outside. Why is that? Because for good sperm production, we need coolness. You understand? And if you don't consider this appropriate, it is. I need you to understand that Allah is not shy to even discuss a mosquito if needed. And we need to discuss this thing in today's time. You understand? But either way. So on the side of the female, she retains her male organ. But in English it's called penis. She retains it. But it never grows big. Because there is a testosterone in the system. It now gets another name. It's called clitoris. But initially, that's actually the male penis. You understand? As how you said with the female vagina. So its structure, at some point in the womb of your mother, we were all male and female. You understand? But DNA, on the level of DNA, you were always a male. We were always a female. So there are two eggs that are machine to fertilize the female egg. Two sperm cells. One is an X and one is a Y. The egg that wets is an X. If the Y reaches first, the fertilized egg, the zygote, will be XY, meaning male. And if the X reaches first, the fertilized X will be double X, meaning female. If there's a few extra X's in there, double XY, it's still a male. As long as there's a Y in there. And Allah knows this. Either way, the Quran says that we have created from that which clings to the wall of the womb. We have created from it a male and a female. So are there sometimes people that have both genitals? And for some reason in the past we couldn't figure out, is this a man or is this a woman? Yes, it's written in books of fiqh. A khuntha mushkil. So with the khuntha mushkil, all we're sitting with is, we don't know whether it's male or woman. Allah knows. And it is either a man or it is either a woman. But there's no clear gender. You cannot use the books of fiqh, you cannot use the books of hadith, you cannot use the Quran to prove this thing. But this is what is happening in today's time. And you need to understand, and I mentioned this in the previous Jumuah. If your son or daughter comes to the conclusion that they are homosexuals, or they possess homosexual inclinations, but they know it is a sin, and they submit to the law of Allah that it is a sin to do this, but sometimes they fall into it. Sometimes they engage in homosexual acts. Then there's no difference between that person and you. Because there are sins in your world also. And you also require the mercy of Allah. But when you take that which is definitively a sin and you say it is lawful, so it is well known that Allah says that this is haram, then you say it's lawful, then what you are actually saying is you say Allah is stupid. And when you say that Allah is stupid, then that means you exit the fold of Islam. Because what does it mean to be a Muslim? It means to submit at the very least to the law of Allah. Every human being, I find myself as a counselor saying this to couples regularly. There's only one being that sees reality the way that it is, and that being's name is Allah. Why is it that Allah is able to see reality the way that it is? Because Allah is the creator of reality. Allah says this in Surah Hud. If I remember correctly. Allah ya'lamu man khalaq. Does you create not know his own creation? Like a child can ask me, MOULANA, can Allah read my mind? And then my response would be, your thoughts, do they exist? So the answer would be, it exists internally. So I'm thinking it's hidden to people. But isn't it so that Allah is the creator of all things that exist? So if your thoughts exist, whether they exist inside of you or outside of you, Allah is the creator of all things that exist. So obviously Allah knows it, because Allah created it. You understand? Simple way to understand this masala. So Allah knows reality because Allah is the creator of reality. In fact, Allah is the maintainer of reality. And if Allah wanted to change reality, He would, He could change reality. There's nothing that bars Him. But as for us, we are duty to subject ourselves to reality. We cannot decide, I don't like this. So according to me, it's like that. And gender is one of those things. If I were to tell you I'm not one person, I'm 10, would you accept it from me? If I were to tell you I'm not a human, I'm something else, like an alien from Mars, would you accept it? You wouldn't. So why a man with a beard, with an Adam's apple, with no womb, with all the equipment that a male has, how does he have the right to tell you I'm a woman? Is gender subjective or is gender objective? So there's a new thing that's happening. Allahu Akbar. A new thing, and it's causing complete insanity and craziness. I will just mention two. Why did the world decide that there are male sports and female sports? Why? So the simple answer is, so that women could have a fair opportunity to win. Because the male, generally speaking, is physically stronger than the female. The male, generally speaking, is faster than the female. So for a woman to compete with men is to disadvantage them. But now we live in an age where a man can say I'm a woman. A man can say I'm a woman, then he gets to play female soccer, female sports. And what is happening? They're beating the woman over and over. In America, a man said he was a woman, then he committed a crime, and he was sent to jail. Female jail. While in the female jail, he impregnated two females. Now, how does a female impregnate females? Huh? Tell me this thing. This is the insanity of our age. And we as the Muslimin, we have to defend against it. We have to resist. The South African government is already speaking about, and I told people this a long time ago, they're speaking about having one toilet, a unisex toilet. Why is this? The moment you accept transgenders, you're going to have to create a third toilet. And they don't want to do that. You understand? So there are the two toilets and there is one toilet. So you must think to yourself now. In the future, there's a possibility that your daughter, when she goes to, let's say, N1 City or Waterfront, or what's the other place people like to go to? Canal Walk. Then when she has need to go to the toilet, she needs to enter a room. It is men standing around. Maybe some small room. Then she has to go to a small cubicle. It's the only thing between her and the men. And you know the height of the doors, no? They're not the doors like us. They go to the floor. Modern toilets, the doors is like that. So if I wanted to have a look, I could just do that. You understand? And to be just on the other side of a very thin wall, your daughter. But men, how do you feel about it? I'm saying to women, all the years every government in the world recognized you. And they try to do things that makes you comfortable. But now they recognize transsexual females more than you. Men competed with you in everything. But in one thing they couldn't compete, femininity. But in the modern age, a man is a better female than you. For example, Miss America, it is a beauty pageant. But you can't just enter into the beauty pageant. You have to enter into regional beauty pageants. And after you win a certain zone, you understand? Then you get pushed up now to eventually to Miss America. So in one of these regional beauty pageants that will lead to Miss America, an ugly fat man, what? It's Miss America. Miss means woman. Miss America means beautiful. You understand? He's not beautiful. There's always been fat. He's fat. And he's not even a woman, he's a man. How does a man win a female beauty pageant? You know how? Because we live in the age of insanity. We live in the age where intellect means nothing. Intellect means nothing. So what will save you from your own hawa? What will save you from your own base conclusions that you will draw? What will save you is submitting to revelation. And this is the basis of religion. This is the basis of religion, where I submit to Allah. Because who knows reality the way that it is? Allah. Honestly, I'm deluded in some things. Some of the things that I'm deluded in, you deluded me. And some of the things I'm deluded in, I deluded myself. And that's the worst delusion, self-delusion. But if I obey my Allah, if I do as Allah says, then I will be successful. I will be successful. My base desires will not overpower me. My shahwa, my carnal desire will not overpower me. Because it don't matter what is the level of your brain. When desires start taking hold, you will justify. When desires start taking hold, you will justify. A brain is just a tool, like a computer. What's on the computer, whether it's good or bad, is not dependent upon the computer. It's dependent upon the user. There are people in today's time that are sitting with Pentium 1 brains. Don't be surprised when they go to Jannah. And the people with i9, 12th generation brains, don't be surprised when they go to Yahweh. Because it is not the CPU that you possess. It is not the hard drive that you possess. It is what you do with the computer. So if you're taking an i9, 12th generation, and you're just watching Netflix movies, pornographical sites you go to, the i9 and the 12th generation will not benefit you. But if it is another person that is using a Pentium 1, and they downloaded some Quranic programs, and they go to YouTube and they're listening to lectures of certain known and qualified ulama, they are developing themselves. These people are going to go to Jannah. Inshallah. You understand? So don't be surprised when the Qiyamah where all the supposedly clever people are in the land to Qiyamah. And the other people that people look down upon, كانوا مستضعفين في الأرض. They were considered the weak people in the dunya. But they connected themselves to Allah. And they were able to maintain their iman till they died. Don't be surprised. And they will do. Right, so a quick revision and we end. Number one, We'll have marriage people will have opinions. First problem, they have opinions about things that have nothing to do with it. Number two, you're not an expert in the field, but you have an opinion. How is that possible? Number three, you have an opinion that goes contrary to Allah's law. Clear-cut law. Where if you go contrary to it, you leave the fold of Islam. The fact there is no homosexuality in Islam, the fact there is only two genders in Islam is ijma, consensus of all the mujtahid ulama. There's not one single alim difference. And if the verse I quoted didn't convince you, let's just mention this and we end there. Allah says in the Quran, "Laysa dhakaru kal-untha." The male is unlike the female. Meaning thereby, a man cannot decide to be a woman, and a woman cannot decide to be a man. And we humans are binary. Allah created two that make up the pair, a male and a female. I mentioned this in numerous Jumuahs in this masjid. It was Adam and Eve. It wasn't Adam and Eve. It wasn't Adam and Steve. If it was, you wouldn't exist today. Because it takes a man and a woman to make babies. You understand? And that is one of the main purposes of nikah. And Allah knows this. I hope that you were able to benefit from this. And we continue here, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.